I gotta address this, right? And if I don't address this, I'm not gonna feel right. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos and I've been in the comments and I've seen a lot of disrespect coming from Canelo Alvarez fans when it comes to Terrence Crawford. And I just want to break this down very simple, and I want to keep this very brief. There is no comparing Canelo Alvarez to Terrence Crawford for two reasons. One reason, Clem Beauty Roll. Two reasons, in order for you to be considered a legendary fighter or a great fighter, you're going to have to prove that you're a great fighter. And how you prove that you're a great fighter? How you perform on the highest level. We got guys like Sugar Ray Leonard. You see Sugar Ray Leonard, how his performance against Marvin Hagler. You seen Sugar Ray Leonard performance against what's his name? Tommy Hearns. You seen Marvin Hagler performance against Tommy Hearns. You seen Tommy Hearns performance against Roberto Duran. You seen these guys perform and dominated on the highest stage, right? You seen Mayweather performance against Diego Corrales, Arturo Gatti. You seen these guys on the biggest stage. You see Muhammad Ali performance against George Foreman. You see Muhammad Ali performance against Sonny Liston. You get the drift. You see these guys dominate their biggest opponents on the biggest stage, right? We done seen it. We seen it. We seen Terrence Crawford dominated Errol Spence Jr. on the biggest stage. We seen Terrence Crawford stop Gamboa. We seen Terrence Crawford stop Sean Porter, stop Kell Brook on the biggest stage. We done seen Terrence Crawford did it all on the biggest stage. He never fails. He went to Scotland, his first belt in the backyard of Ricky Burns, and captured the WBO championship. So we seen Terrence Crawford is able to capitalize and is able to show why he's a great fighter by dominating on the biggest stage. Now, if you look at Canelo Alvarez, all the fighters that I just named and all the fighters that I just named that they defeated on the biggest stage, can you do the same with Canelo Alvarez? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. You can't. You can't do the same for Canelo Alvarez. His first big fight was against no other than Floyd Money Mayweather. I understand if you lose to Floyd Money Mayweather, it's understandable. But Canelo Alvarez got dominated. He didn't even win not a round. You'd be lucky if you give him a round. So, on the biggest fight of his career, right? Thus far, this got to be the biggest fight of his career. Mayweather is considered the greatest of all time. One of the greatest of all time. So that got to be Canelo Alvarez's biggest fight thus far in his career, right? He wasn't able to capitalize on that. He got dominated by a 36-year-old Mayweather, right? And then you fast forward to another one of Canelo Alvarez's big fights. You look at Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. That fight with Triple G, that Ali can anticipate a fight with Triple G, that was a draw. So Canelo Alvarez, two big fights, he wasn't able to capitalize on a moment, right? He lost the first one, and the second one was a draw. And then, if you add insult to injury, right? Guys that Canelo Alvarez is supposed to dominate, or he thought he was going to dominate, guys like Lara and guys like Bivol, Canelo Alvarez wasn't able to capitalize on that. And he wasn't able to get rid of the guys that everybody thought that he was going to get rid of. Now, to me, I felt like the Lara fight was bigger than the Bivol fight because the Lara fight was kind of like Mexico versus Cuba. That's what they was pushing, right? And you would think if Canelo Alvarez is representing Mexico, the Mexican fan base that's so loyal to him, right? That support him no matter what he does. You would think that Canelo Alvarez would put on a great performance and separate himself from Lara to show the world that the Mexicans, we're the better fighters, right? Canelo Alvarez went in there and lost to Laura and still got the victory. Now, I'm not making none of this up. Y'all could look at the box score. The box score doesn't lie. The punch output, the punch land, the power, it doesn't lie. Laura landed more jab than Canelo and landed more punch on Canelo. A higher percentage of punch than Canelo Alvarez. Laura beat Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, the fight, even if Canelo Alvarez, you could say Canelo Alvarez won, which he definitely didn't, the fight was still close. And it wasn't supposed to be. So this is who we're comparing Terence Bull Crawford to. So before we start doing comparisons, we got to take a step back and analyze him. You got a guy that knocked out like 10 of his last opponents. You got Canelo, 10 of his last 11 opponents, 11 of his last 12 opponents. You got a guy in Canelo Alvarez that his last 3 opponents, he went to distance with. 2 of them, he definitely wasn't supposed to. He was not supposed to go the distance with Jermell Charlo. He was not supposed to go the distance with John Ryder. But he went distance with them guys. Terence Crawford never don't go. He don't leave it up to the judge. He ain't trying to get robbed. He ain't trying to get robbed. The guys that Terence Crawford is supposed to knock out and supposed to dominate, he dominate them. No matter who it is. Right? He wasn't supposed to dominate Errol Spence Jr. the fashion that he did, but he did it anyways. He was supposed to dominate Jose Benavidez, and that's what he did. He was supposed to dominate Sean Porter, and that's what he did. He wasn't expected to dominate Jeff Horn. That's what he did anyways. So Terence Crawford just proves why he's great. Canelo Alvarez has not proven why he's great. He's proven that he has the potential to be great. But when you put a guy in this position where you know his fans is so loyal that they will support him no matter what he does, and he doesn't try to give his fans the best fight, and his fans don't care about Canelo Alvarez giving him the best fight, how can that guy be compared to a guy like Terence Crawford that his expectations is very high? Because y'all got to remember, bro, nobody ever say that, yo, Canelo Alvarez, he got to knock out Bivol. Nobody ever say, yo, Canelo Alvarez, he got to knock out Laura. Nobody ever say that Canelo Alvarez got to knock anybody out. When it comes to Terence Crawford, his standard of winning a fight is a knockout. And that shit is crazy. When it comes to Terence Crawford, the only way Terence Crawford gets credit is if he knocks out a fighter. If he doesn't knock out a fighter, he's not getting credit for it. They're going to be like, well, you went 12 rounds without. They're going to find some way to discredit him. Because even with the knockout, he still get discredited. So imagine if Terence Crawford doesn't get the knockout. It's a different standard, bro. It's a different standard, and the reason why it's a different standard is because greatness comes with what Terence Crawford brings to the ring. So when greatness comes with what you bring to the ring, there's a standard. With Canelo Alvarez, there's no standard. We see him fight niggas that nobody want to see him fight. We see him fight random people, and his fans is okay with it. Why? Because they're the one that's supporting him. They're the one that's making sure that Canelo Alvarez get this big payday. Because if you're supposed to subtract the Mexican fans, right? What fans does Canelo Alvarez have left? None. He got like 10 black fans. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't compare them to. Canelo Alvarez has not able to show that he is better than Terence Crawford because he's not able to dominate on the highest level. And that's just that simple. It's not rocket scientists. You could talk about the clenbuterol usage. And then, like I said, I got a lot of ammo for Canelo. So if his fans want to bring it on, y'all could bring it on. Because, like, I see the disrespect. And like I said, I wasn't going to feel comfortable if I ain't address this. Because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. And if y'all pay attention to how the ducking starts by these guys planting seeds, right? They plant seeds in the media, you feel me? So that their fans could start make that seed grow. Meaning, when Errol Spence Jr. he had the opportunity to talk about Turnbull Crawford. He got on the podium and discredit Terence Crawford and say he ain't never fought nobody. That's a seed that he planted. So guys can be like, well, nah, you ain't deserve no fight with EJ. You ain't never fought nobody. And then you seen Canelo Alvarez try to do the same thing when he told the whole world that Terence Crawford only fought one fighter. Like, bro, like what? Like, we've seen this movie before. But that's just to show you what greatness is. When guys don't want to fight you, you're going to find every excuses to not to fight you. And this is what Terence Crawford is facing right now. But the constant disrespect coming from Canelo Alvarez fans, y'all comparing a guy that's never able to show that he's better on the highest level and a guy that is very limited when it comes to his offense. Because if Canelo Alvarez, if you're able to disrupt a Canelo Alvarez, you're able to beat him. And like I've stated in my last videos, Canelo Alvarez is a well-oiled machine. If you do something and damage that well-oiled machine, obviously, it's not going to be able to operate. You feel me? And it's very easy to damage that well-oiled machine, just like it was very easy to dominate that well-oiled machine in Errol Spence Jr. All you got to do is do something that machine never seen before and it start malfunctioning. And that's it. And Terence Crawford has done it over and over in his career. And Canelo Alvarez have not shown that. He has not shown that. He has not shown that. If you look at Lara fighting style, you would say Lara is like a machine. Lara, he was doing the same thing. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. He was saying Canelo Alvarez was straight right, straight left, and getting up out of there. And Canelo Alvarez wasn't able to do nothing with Lara. He wasn't able. He tried, but he wasn't able to shut down that machine, make that machine malfunction, and shut that machine down. Because Lara was doing the same thing, and he had success with it. But it's just to show you that Canelo Alvarez has a limited of offense. If whatever he does not work, it's over. Like, he doesn't have a plan B. You can't compare a guy like that to Terence Crawford that has so many different ways of defeating you, bro. Like, you just can't. But like I said, I got a lot of ammo if y'all want to bring it on. But let me know what y'all think in this video. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share this video if y'all enjoyed this content. Make sure y'all hit that subscription button. And I'm out.